When I see my humanity is bound up in yours, and you see your humanity bound up in mine, it opens the possibilities to human connections, the possibilities to realize our true potential as human beings. Hello, team. I hope you all are doing well. I hope this finds you well. I trust that spring break was a good time to rest and reset. As we get into April, I wanted to touch back on our sense of belonging. This year, we've talked a lot about belonging. What does that mean? What does it take? And so forth. And towards that, I'm going to start with an event we just finished, the 23rd of March, the Student Voice Symposium. We had students, 80 to 90 students from West Des Moines, Waukee, Johnston, Ankeny, Ames, Southeast Polk, and Johnston, and it was a phenomenal opportunity to see young folks, young people centered. I want to thank everyone that contributed to making the Student Voice Symposium a success, and also for everyone that came, especially the students. When we talk about belonging, one of the things that's been resonating with me quite a bit is interdependence. When I see my humanity is bound up in yours, and you see your humanity bound up in mine, it opens the possibilities to human connections, the possibilities to realize our true potential as human beings. And on that note, I want to talk about courage. What does it take to create a sense of belonging? What does it take to create inclusive communities where we can realize each other's belongings? Because your belonging doesn't detract or take away from mine. I think of the word courage in the sense that the courage to love and be loved, the courage to confront trauma, the courage to speak when your voice trembles, the courage to be yourself even when you're afraid, courage to see the humanity underneath the flaws and the mistakes, the courage to listen even when you disagree, especially when you disagree, the courage to touch other people's lives and be touched by theirs. See, it's the courage to not project our emotions onto other people, the courage not to project our insecurities or our fears onto others, the courage to celebrate other people and their brilliance, the courage to be curious even when we're certain. This type of courage allows us to liberate ourselves. The courage to give yourself permission to show up not because you're perfect, but because you're human. The courage to be a lantern instead of waiting for others to create the inclusive spaces we want. How about we be the lanterns that we need, that our community needs? Because what I'm finding is that with young people, especially in education, it is our modeling that makes the most impact. It is the things we do without being cognizant, unconsciously. It is our alignment of behaviors and values that truly leaves a lasting impression on young folks. Because one of the young people said, the youth are the today, the yesterday, and the tomorrow. And the powerful thing about that is that if we're all going to realize our potential, to be truly liberated, so that we don't see ourselves through a single story or see other people through a single story, we have to have courage. The courage to process our emotions so that we don't allow them to harm other people. The courage to say emotions are not facts. Thoughts are not facts. We have to be the epitome of providing space that allows for multiple truths to exist, that allows for people to express their emotions and their thoughts freely. Because when it's all said and done, that is the freedom that makes us different. But to let that freedom be real, we need courage. So I ask all of us to come together and have the courage to be curious about each other's lived experiences. Be courageous enough to show up as you are. Be courageous enough to see other people's brilliance, and be courageous enough to say, what is my role in building this inclusive community? That is one of the points, one of the levers for us to realize belonging. Thank you for choosing West Des Moines. Thank you for being what you are to this system and this community. I hope you know how much you mean to this community, but also how much power you have to shape this community to become an inclusive destination for many more. Thank you.